a small town, bordered by a vast, barren hillside, a quiet 16-year-old girl named Kai was a bit of a mystery. She was a regular at Mr. Henderson's hardware store, but not for the usual teenage stuff. Just the usual, "Please, Mr. Henderson." He'd smile, grabbing seedling mix and another trowel. "For a kid with no garden, you go through an awful lot of supplies," he'd say. Kai would just offer a small, secretive smile and slip out, often passing the town's busybody, Mrs. Lorenzo, who'd eyed her purchase with suspicion. "Strange child," Mrs. Lorenzo would mutter to Mr. Henderson, "always off by herself. And have you seen her knees? Permanently stained with dirt." But Kai's secret wasn't in town. It was on the barren slope that loomed over it. Every dawn, she'd climb the hill. There, in sheltered gullies, hidden from view, she'd carefully plant a single, spindly seedling. "Grow strong," she'd whisper to each one. "Be invisible." Through mist and rain, season after season, she carried water in old milk jugs, nurturing her secret forest. Tiny leaves began to unfurl, little patches of defiant green in a world of brown. Months later, at the town diner, local farmers were complaining. "That last storm washed another layer of my topsoil right down the hill," said a farmer named Sam. "Nothing holds on that slope anymore." Mrs. Lorenzo, overhearing from the next booth, chimed in. "Speaking of which, I saw Kai buying more bags of soil. Where is it all going?" Sam didn't say anything, but a thoughtful frown creased his forehead. Later that day, walking the edge of his property, Sam noticed something, a flash of green where there shouldn't be. Curious, he climbed the fence. He found a hidden Grover cluster of knee-high pines and oaks, thriving. He touched a pine needle, amazed. Then he saw another patch higher up, and another. He turned, and there she was, Kai at the crest of the hill, frozen, a seedling in one hand, a trowel in the other. "You," he asked, not with anger, but with pure astonishment. "You've been planting all these by yourself?" Her voice was small but firm. They weren't hurting anything. They were just living. Sam looked from the determined girl to the vibrant life she'd cultivated, then back at the dying land. A slow understanding dawned on his face. "No," he said quietly. "No, they're not hurting anything at all." The next morning, the bell on the hardware store door jangled loudly. Sam and 3 other farmers strode in. "We need every sapling you've got," Sam told a stunned Mr. Henderson, "and enough fertilizer for an acre. We're going to finish what that girl started." A week later, the hillside was transformed. The entire town was there, laughing, digging, planting. Mr. Henderson handed out gloves, while Mrs. Lorenzo, her sharp eyes now soft, organized a water brigade. In the middle of it all was Kai, no longer secret, no longer alone, showing a little boy how to plant his own tree. "You should have said something, honey," Mrs. Lorenzo said, handing her a glass of lemonade. Kai looked at the bustling, hopeful scene. "I didn't think anyone would care." Mr. Henderson put a hand on her shoulder. "You made us care, not by shouting, by digging. A forest doesn't grow from one grand gesture. It grows from one seed and then another, tended in secret. And sometimes the secret is just the beginning." The town worked on, a community restored by a single, quiet act of faith. Thank you for watching, and if this story inspired you, please consider sharing it.